What is it then that we like about the Golf GTI? Well, it's reasonably practical, it's economical, it's got a lot of performance, and it's even fun. So what if we distilled that? Well, we know that the Polo GTI was a bit of a disappointment. So what if we steered even more towards the sensible? Do we have any fun at all? Well, we're going to find out with this on some good B roads. But before then, let's talk about what it actually is. Now, it weighs about 1,200 kilos. It's got a 1.4 litre turbocharged engine. So it makes 134 brake horsepower, but torque is where it's at. Because it's a light pressure turbo, it makes 184 foot-pounds all the way from 1,500 RPM to 3,500 RPM. That makes it able to cover 60 in about 8 seconds. And it's very economical too. 62 to the gallon, they say. And part of that is because of a clever cylinder deactivation system. Now those are the basics. Let's go inside first and see what the interior is like, because it's very good, very Volkswagen. And for a small car, it's very comfortable in here. I've got 2 armrests. And the seats are comfortable too, nicely trimmed, interesting mixture of light grey vinyl, blue Alcantara and black fabric. The rest is very Golf Mark 6. It means a tall stack in front of you, a stupid square steering wheel, and a nice stubby gear lever. That's pretty much about it. Naturally, it's all beautifully made and feels like a quality item. But I think it's about time that we go out for a drive and see what it's like on the road. As you would expect, it's pretty refined in here. I have noticed though that the driving position is a bit high and my knees are fouling the bottom of the steering wheel and, well, steering column. And yet my arms are a little bit outstretched. Oh well, let's go on to the fun things, because number one is that engine. It has so much punch. Even from like 2,000 RPM, it's straight on it. And it's got all those characteristics of a small car with a big, powerful engine. Ooh, good brakes too. Discs on the rear, I notice. And reasonably quick steering. Snappy gear change. Here we go, 2nd to 6. Loses puff after 5. But it's nice, you can hear the turbo at times, just like little junctions like that. You come around in 2nd, you hear the turbo whir up. It's nice and fun. So that's the powertrain, generally really good. Handling, well, it's a slightly different matter, because this car comes standard with huge 17-inch wheels with 215 width section tyres, and I think honestly that's too much for a car that weighs what, 1,200 kilos. It's just not necessary, and it feels like the grip never runs out, so you're being denied a bit of that experience there. Even there, just trying to find the limit of grip, it's somewhere in the distance. And they also, those wheels, they harm the ride quality. Just there's good damping, but it's always a bit fidgety, and you can kind of feel the wheels quite clumsily working over the surface. The steering though is nice and direct, and the controls are, you know, quite sharp, if not bristling with feel. Well, we're just going into a little town here, and the good thing about the Polo is it's small, so I can navigate through narrow lanes, and well, I can leave it in 4th very easily. Right, here we go. Another bit of B road, slightly smoother this time, and hopefully we can start to explore a little bit more of this car's behaviour at the limit. Yeah, the steering's really sharp, quite accurate, a touch over assisted. This huge grip. Wow, apparently there was some wheel spin there. and you tend to just leave it in a higher gear than you might normally, just because the mid-range is that powerful, and well, anything above 5 is, as we've said, a little bit without a spark. It fires out of corners though. just throw gears at it and it keeps going. No, it's definitely fun. I think the one thing I would say though is that there's always this overriding road noise, and it's from the tyres. So while it will do 70 at 2,500 RPM, makes it a great long distance tourer, as a GT should, it is a little bit noisier than you might think, and I reckon if you just had some smaller wheels, I know I keep going on about these, but then it would be a really good package. So there you go. I think the Polo GT has successfully distilled quite a lot of those good bits of the Golf GTI into a smaller package. It's all that you would want a Volkswagen to be, which makes it a great everyday car, and it's still quite a lot of fun. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that video. If you want to see more, well, subscribe and like. But in the meantime, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you soon. Oh, you just heard that turbo. Another gear, there we go. Yeah, there's something to be said about a little turbo engine in a little car.